As of today, you can buy a Tesla Model 3 for around 37% cheaper than an alternative BMW 3 Series. Yes, that was 37%, and I'll show you the figures myself. A big difference, but not actually the biggest difference, is down to the 0% APR PCP deal currently running on the Tesla UK website, and this has lowered the initial financial constraints more than ever before. In fact, I've never seen them run the APR so low before, especially when their standard APR rate is 7.9% for alternative finance solutions. So, could you see this 0% finance deal be on the way to your home country? Plus, do you know how the costs in 2023 would stack up against a petrol-powered BMW 3 Series? Well, hello and welcome back to another Tesla EV video with me, Adam Well Informed. If you are in the market for a new car, whether you've considered a Tesla Model 3 or not, stick around because you will see exactly how and why I think you can utilize this once in a blue moon PCP opportunity of 0% APR and why the financial difference between both models can be almost 40% bigger if you opt for that BMW 3 Series over the Tesla Model 3. In today's video, I will compare not only the cost of buying, but also the first year's running costs, so you can get a more all-inclusive and representation of how your cost of ownership will differ between both the traditional petrol alternative and the Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive. Right, lots to get through, and I appreciate if you could just drop the video a cheeky like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Right, let's get right into the thick of it. To kickstart matters, if you are seriously considering a Tesla Model 3, you will have to act fast because the PCP rates are valid for new orders placed until 31st of August or as long as stocks last when taking delivery before or on the 30th of September 2023. If we take a look at the inventory page, where you are likely to find already discounted brand new Tesla Model 3s, here we can see a brand new entry-level Tesla Model 3 capable of delivering 305 WLTP miles, which is more than enough range for the average daily driver who generally does around 30 miles a day and can easily regain that mileage by charging from home overnight. This Tesla Model 3 has a saving of £2,500 over the base price. Then if we place a £4,786 deposit, this deposit is just copied from BMW's generous offer, for which I'll show you in just a second. You can go lower if you wanted, but a deposit of this size will cost us £424 a month for 48 months. Now, if you think this is high, just wait until I incorporate BMW's monthly costs. And to be truly representative, let's also work out the electric and the fuel costs, because you can't just buy the car and not the fuel. What good would that be? Probably the most expensive Hot Wheels car of all time. Probably not, but anyhow, back on topic. Previously, this would have cost over £500 per month prior to generous APR deal. So the cost to purchase the Model 3 has hit a new low, and this financial incentive is rumoured to be down to a newly refreshed Tesla Model 3, codenamed Project Harland. This hasn't been confirmed by Tesla, however, whether it's true or not, that shouldn't discredit the once most popular electric car of all time, and only second to the Tesla Model Y. Not everyone wants the latest and greatest hardware, because in this car in 2023, it stands head above shoulders from charging to efficiency, range and convenience. It will even receive new features via software updates for years to come. And for that very reason, and the entry-level costs being lower than ever before, I had to make a dedicated video to demonstrate just how frigging good an opportunity this is. And if you are interested in buying a new car and interested in Tesla EVs, and if you're ready to hit buy, don't forget you can also get an extra £500 off if you use a Tesla referral link, and you can use mine in the description of the video if you don't have one to hand. This can't be applied retrospectively, so make sure that you use someone's referral link to your purchase, even if it's not mine, just to ensure that you can save even more money. Now, introducing the petrol alternative for comparison. I haven't chose lightly here. The BMW 3 Series M Sport 320i, whilst it's truly impossible to find a like-for-like vehicle for the Tesla Model 3, this BMW is feature-packed, and it's just one of many petrol alternatives to the Tesla Model 3 that you can buy. The BMW 3 Series really needs no introduction. It's one of Germany's finest saloons that you can buy. Their current finance offer requests a £4,786 deposit, and in exchange this car would then cost you £529 per month. Crikey O'Reilly. Straight from the off, the rear-wheel drive Tesla Model 3 is £105 cheaper per month. Cutting straight to the point before moving on to the fuel cost comparison, where an even bigger difference in cost will be found. This is hard to believe, I know, but the data just doesn't lie. Without the wheels moving, the BMW 3 Series costs considerably more per month. Just on a car level, is it truly worth that difference? I could easily spend 5 to 10 minutes informing you why I think the Tesla Model 3 is better on a car level, and you may even disagree with that point of view. That's not the purpose of this very video. I think you are more than capable to gather your own conclusion on which car is better for your wholly unique circumstances, from luggage capacity to just the driving experience. The angle I want to focus on in this very video is the massive cost difference, because despite your vehicle preference, if the costs are so significant, that can change the entire dynamic of the car comparison. It's inevitable that we'll touch on range and charging because that forms part of the cost comparison, so before I show the running cost calculations in the next chapter, let's just tackle that rabbit in the room. Yes, the BMW 3 Series can take you 524 miles from a tank of fuel, and this Model 3 will deliver 305 miles from a full battery. But be honest with yourself, how often do you drive over 300 miles a day over the course of a year? The average driver does no more than 30 miles a day, and the average household will have access to off-site home charging facilities, meaning that they can restart their day with a full battery again. So the Tesla is convenient like that, to the point where you have to consider how many times you'll actually complete a journey in a day over 300 miles. It may happen a handful of times over the course of the year. The range and the charging dynamic is just different with an electric car. At the start of every day, you have the opportunity to have full range at your disposal. With a petrol car, we know we slowly wear it down to the fuel light, then we must drive out of our way to replenish it. As a Tesla owner for almost 3 years now, I can assure you plugging in at home is not only easier, it's also a hell of a lot cheaper. So let's start talking about the fuel and electric costs. So in preparation to this video, I drew up a super quick comparison as to how much 10,000 miles would cost to operate between fuel and electric on both vehicles. Here you can see the size of the Model 3 battery is 60 kilowatt hours and rated to achieve around 5 miles a kilowatt hour to get that rated range of 305 miles. If we charge with an EV tariff from home, for which most people will do if they have an EV from home, we get a super attractive rate of 7.5 pence per kilowatt hour, meaning 305 miles would cost us around £4.50. If we divide 10,000 miles by the total range of the Model 3, we would need 32.79 charging cycles to complete 10,000 miles, and this would mean a total yearly cost of £147.50, and that's to cover 10,000 miles. I haven't included any supercharging because, based on my experience as an average driver, we use superchargers around 5 times last year as a whole, and your personal usage may vary, and whilst I used them 5 times, they weren't 5 full cycles. Ultimately, if you see your personal mileage mirroring that, this won't transform that headline cost, so we're maybe going to add in £100 to the total if you really wanted an idea. That's if you don't have free supercharger miles to use as well. So how does the BMW 3 Series stack up against this? And brace yourself folks. With a 59 litre tank, it will deliver 524 miles range, delivering around 8.88 miles per litre of fuel. The average petrol cost in the UK is £1.43 per litre of petrol, meaning your total fill-up cost will be £84.37 to complete 524 miles. To reach 10,000 miles, you will need to visit a petrol station 19.08 times, and you'll pay £1,610 for that pleasure. If you want to know the cost per mile difference, it's 1.5 pence for the Tesla and around 16p for the BMW. This demonstrates the huge difference between efficiency and the costs to operate your new vehicle in 2023. Would you prefer to pay £147 per annum or £1,610 per annum? Yes, I know the real world conditions will mean that these figures aren't an exact science, but it won't be far off. The differences between each other will probably hold up. Okay, so I've probably wet your mouth on the cost differences. We know the monthly costs are cheaper for both the vehicles and the actual go-go juice. Over the course of the year, you will have paid £5,088 towards the Tesla Model 3. Remember that none of this is also interest. Over the course of the year for the BMW, you will pay £6,348, and BMW are also charging 5.98% APR, so some of this will actually be allocated to interest. If you factor in both the annual electric and petrol costs, the Tesla will cost you £5,235, and the BMW will cost you £7,958 over the course of the first year. Plus, there are other costs that I've not mentioned, such as the first year servicing requirements, that are none for the Tesla, as it follows a schedule from home which will comprise of just the washer fluid for the first year, I actually found a service plan for the BMW 3 Series, and the average yearly cost for that, plus the washer fluid, comes to around £321, making the grand total £5,245 and £8,279, costing you around 37% more to own and operate that BMW 3 Series over the Tesla Model 3. There are other costs during the financial term of the 4-year period, and I haven't included insurance, which based on my experience is very similar, and we're talking about a negligible amount between both cars. There will be more annual servicing costs for the BMW 3 Series, more scheduled part replacements such as spark plugs, oil changes, brake pads, etc. I just haven't incorporated that total 4-year ownership comparison here in this video. There's also a question of equity remaining and the optional payment, etc., which is just going to be impossible to predict together with the residuals. But working on the basis of handing the car back after 48 months, the BMW 3 Series will cost you quite a bit more to own and operate over that 4-year term. So to conclude, once you have ran your own figures and calculations, the data just simply doesn't lie. You then have the crucial decision to decide if it's worth spending around 37% more per year to own and operate the BMW 3 Series over the Tesla Model 3. I think even for those buyers split between both vehicles, a cost difference of that magnitude will be significant enough to make their mind up for sure. And whilst I set out my calculations, run your own and see how they work out for you. Don't forget to use a Tesla referral link if you want to snap up this time limited deal. I also have an Octopus referral link below for which you are welcome to use if you're interested in utilising the same friendly EV home charging tariff, being Octopus Intelligent. If you are undecided between the rear-wheel drive Tesla Model 3 and the long-range Model 3, I'll pop a video on the screen now to help you truly decide if the cost jump is worth it for you and your personal circumstances. Otherwise, what do you guys think? Was this video useful? Be honest. Is there any questions on the figures that I used? Do you have any other questions that you're dying to ask? And Tesla owners, I'd appreciate any support on these figures used and what your experience and the cost differences have been. Let me know in the comment section below. If you're not sure what to comment and you want to let me know you got this far in the video, you could simply comment Model 3 Magic and I'll give you a cheeky thumbs up for the support. If you're not done so already, please hit the like button, subscribe, share the video with your friends and family in any other groups that may find it beneficial. As always, you folks have been great and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.